Resizing a photograph for display on the web is an important step in your photo preparation workflow. I recommend that you resize a copy after you've edited the original photograph with all of the file's layers intact and have saved the results as a master source file in PSD format, that's the Photoshop native format. That will give you the flexibility to make copies of the master in various sizes for the web and for other uses. I'm working in the Essentials workspace, and here I have a master source file, a photograph, to which I've added some edits that you can see over here in the Layers panel. I've added a black and white adjustment layer, which I'll turn on and off for you to see. And I've done some retouching on this layer, eliminating this bird from the sky. Now I want to resize a copy of this master source file to post on the web. Before I resize, I'll check the current dimensions of the file. One way to do that is to go up to the application bar and turn on the rulers from this View Extras menu. I'll choose Show Rulers, and the horizontal and vertical rulers now appear in the document window. If the rulers are displaying in inches like they are here, I'll Control-click or right-click on a PC inside either the horizontal or the vertical ruler, and I'll choose Pixels from the menu that pops up. And now the rulers display pixels to measure the width and the height of this file. I can get the same information in another form by clicking down here at the bottom of the document window in the Document Information field. This photo is currently 1024 pixels wide and 1536 pixels high, which is bigger than the size that I'd like it to be for posting on the web. So I'll move out of this box and release my mouse, and now I'll begin to make the photo smaller. To do that, I'm going to go up to the Image menu at the top of the screen and choose Image Size. In the Image Size dialog box, the first thing I'll do is make sure that Resample Image is checked. If the Resample Image box were unchecked like this, I wouldn't be able to go up here and change the pixel dimensions in the file, which is what I want to do when I'm resizing an image for the web. So I'll turn Resample Image back on by checking its box, which tells Photoshop that I want to change the number of pixels in this file, or, although I don't recommend it, by manufacturing pixels to add to make the file bigger. I'll also make sure that the Constrain Proportions box is checked here, so that when I change the height of the photo in pixels, the width will automatically change proportionately. And if I had added layer styles like a drop shadow or a bevel and emboss to this image, I'd want to make sure that Scale Styles was also checked so that the style would resize along with the image. Even though I don't have any layer styles in this image, I usually always leave this checked. Next, I'll go down to the Interpolation Method menu here at the bottom of the Image Size dialog box. Because I'm reducing the size of this file, the best choice is Bicubic Sharper, because it tries to maintain detail and sharpness while downsizing a file. And now I'm ready to change the dimensions of this file. To do that, I'm going to go up to the Pixel Dimensions area of the Image Size dialog box. And I'll type in the number of pixels tall that I'd like this image to be for my web page. In the Height field, I'm going to type in 200. And the Width field changes automatically in proportion to this height to 133 pixels wide. If I needed this photo to fit in a particular size box that was of a different ratio, then I'd have to crop the image to get it to fit. Notice that the total file size is significantly reduced. This is basically the amount of space that the file will take up in memory or on disk, and it has been dramatically reduced from what it was, 4.5 megabytes, down to 77.9 kilobytes as a result of reducing the pixel dimensions. I'm going to ignore the Document Sizes field because when I resize an image for the web in this dialog box, I'm interested really only in the pixel dimensions up here. I don't have to bother changing the Resolution field down here because this field refers to the number of pixels that would be allocated to each inch if the file were printed in inches. And so this field is only relevant if I'm planning to print the image. Now I'll click OK, and that reduces the photo, but I'm looking at it now at only 33%, so I'm going to go up to the Application bar and choose 100%. Now I'm going to save the resized file in Photoshop format so that I've got an edited, layered version that I can come back to if I need to make any changes after I publish the JPEG version of the file. I'll go up to the File menu, choose File Save As, because I don't want to save over the master source file. In the Save As dialog box, I'll navigate to my desktop, and there I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call this one Resized for Web, and click Create. In the Save As field, I'll change the name of this file slightly so I know that this is a version that's been resized for the web, And then I'm going to go down and make sure that Layers is checked and that Format is set to Photoshop in order to preserve the layers that I've added to the file. Finally, I'll click Save, and I'll click OK. Now I'm going out to my desktop and look inside the Resized for Web folder, and there is the image that I just made. It is reduced in size down to 133 by 200 pixels. The next steps in the photo preparation workflow that I recommend is to sharpen this resized version of the file, and then to open it in the Save for Web and Devices window to optimize it and make another copy in the JPEG format for posting on the web.